It's a view that's been around for a long time that was put most succinctly by a very famous New Testament scholar named Raymond Brown, who was a Roman Catholic priest who taught at Union Theological Seminary in New York and was one of the premier scholars of the New Testament at the second half of the 20th century. Raymond Brown argued that you could trace a kind of backward movement of Christology, that the earliest Christians, like, the followers of Jesus, some weeks after his death, thought that he had been exalted to heaven at his resurrection and had become the Son of God then. Mm-hmm. But as Christians thought about it a little more, they came to think that, in fact, Jesus must have been the Son of God not just after his resurrection, but he must have been the Son of God during his entire public ministry. And so they started telling stories about how the beginning of his ministry is when he became the Son of God at his baptism, when he's baptized by John the Baptist, right, and God declares him to be the Son of God. As they thought about it more, they thought, well, actually, he must have been the Son of God for his entire life. And so there developed traditions that he had been born of a virgin, that literally God was his father because the Spirit was the one who made Mary pregnant. And then as they thought about it more, they thought, well, actually, he must have been the Son of God not just for his life, he must have always been the Son of God. And so they developed the idea then that he had existed before he was born, and that he was a God who came into the world. And that's the view then you get in the Gospel of John. So that if you line up our Gospels chronologically, you see this development of Christology through the Gospels, and it's this development that probably is taking place before the Gospels were written and sometime during those 20 years.